Hi everyone, happy Monday, well happy Boxing Day afternoon, and welcome to our very first planner page from the 2023 planner. It's not 2023 quite yet, but this planner page starts today, so we're going to be doing this picture. Now normally my planner pages will be on a Monday morning, and maybe on a Tuesday afternoon, Wednesday afternoon, something like that, depending on whether it's a 1-part, 2, 3-part video. But today I'm starting in the afternoon because this morning was the very last page from the 2022 planner. Now we have this really lovely picture from Worlds of Wonder, and what I've decided to do with it is something that maybe is a little bit daring, different, I'm not sure. I want it to be Christmassy. I don't want it to look even wintry. I want a Christmassy looking picture. It is Boxing Day after all, day after Christmas, still in a Christmas mood. So what I've decided to do is to turn all of these flowers into poinsettias and then make all the houses green with yellow windows and black roofs. This is my plan. How it turns out, I'm not sure, because obviously all the flowers are different. I'm going to show you a few of them and sort of get going with it, and then go away, come back with a completed page, we hope. Now I couldn't decide what pencils to use. Obviously this is quite small, particularly the houses, because it's been shrunk down onto the calendar page. So I thought I needed something that I could sharpen quite well, that would hold its point and all that. So I decided to go for the Black Widows. I haven't used those for quite a while, and there's a nice selection of reds as well. In the 3 sets that I have the Scorpion, the Cobra, and the Spider, the original Spider set. So I've got quite a few reds, and so I'm going to grab a few reds. These are really rather probably the best ones to use. So probably we'll have those. So we have the Ladybug from the Spider set, we have the Blood Diamond from the Cobra set, the Deep Red from the Cobra set, and the Blood Red from the Scorpion set. I'm not sure how much difference there is between these 3, to be honest. They're quite similar. So I'm going to use those for the petals. Then for the flower centres I will do something a little bit different. What I'm going to do is demo you maybe 1 or 2 flowers, not the whole lot, and a few of the houses, and then go away and finish it off. I think that's the easiest. I'm just going to swatch these pencils because, as I said to you, they're quite similar. Here's my little pad that I use. So this is the Blood Red. Okay. This is the Ladybug. It's a bit more orangey, isn't it? Which is probably what I want. This one's a bit more pinky. This is darker but pinky. That's the Blood Diamond. And this is the Deep Red, which is more like this one. I think I'm going to use these 2. I don't want the pinky red, so that is the, let's put those away. So not the Scorpion one. Not that one from the Cobra set. So we've got these 2. Let me just confirm to you what they are. The Deep Red from the Cobra and the Ladybug from the Spider set. So I'm going to come in a bit closer and make a start. And how I'm going to do this is I'm going to deal with each petal singly. So I'm going to start with my darker colour, which is the Deep Red. Let's give it a sharpen. And I'm going to go... I've just broken the end off. Let's try again. I'm going to go around the edge of each petal with the darker colour. There we go. So for this one, I would just go, take a really dark, deep layer like that, and then fade it in a bit like that. And say for this one, I'm going to ignore that. Come around the edge and then fade it, and say for this one and fade. Then grab the other red, which is our ladybug, which also needs sharpening, of course. And then just sort of take that colour a bit further into the centre. I want it a bit lighter in the middle, if possible. I'm doing it a little bit quickly, probably. So doing that on all of the flowers so we get red. Now they're not going to look identical to poinsettias because all the shapes are a little bit different. And poinsettias have green leaves, and we've got a very big lacking of leaves on this page. We'll worry about that in a minute. We're going to do the centres. So any ones with just one section of petals, I'm not going to count that little bit as a section, I'm going to count it as a centre. We just do the petals. And the centre, I'm just looking for the right colour. I'm going to grab my scorpion set and use the olive green, okay, for the centre, and I'll show you how to do that. So an olive green base, you're going to say to me, but they don't have green centres. No, like that, just light, not too much. We just want a base. Then we get, should this next? Yeah, when we have the buds in the middle are often yellow. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to dot this completely with yellow. And so we see a bit of the green, a bit of the yellow. Same here. And then I have to be patient and wait for that yellow to dry and finish it off. So that is the first step of the centre. Let's talk about the houses while they're in shot, because the leafy bits we'll have to look at somewhere else. So I want a green, obviously, for my house. As I said before, I want something that is going to work and look quite Christmassy. Should we do some swatching? So we have in the scorpion set a grub green. You can't see. I'm trying to keep it. Let's come out a bit. There we go. So we have a grub green. It's too light. We have a Irish green. It's quite bright and vibrant. It might work. I think this lime green is going to be too pale. Yeah. We have a green grass. That could very well be just right. I'm going to put that to the side because I like that one. This is the charcoal green. It's very grey. That's the scorpion set. The spider set has a toxic green, a cicada, too bright, toxic green might be okay, the everglade, which is very blue, and this fang green, which is very dark, and the Cobra set has the venom. That might work for the houses, I'm thinking. The forest, I think it might work with the green grass for the leaves. The Cobra, which is too pale, nice, but too pale. And the opal green, which might work with there for the houses. Okay, so I've made some picks. Now I'm going to show you the centre of the flowers and then move on to the leaves a bit. So what I do is I get a red Posca and I put just a few dots here and there, because if you look in the centre of a poinsettia flower, you'll find that there are little buds and they have a bit of red. So that's why I do it like that. So there is the poinsettia flowers. Now as we look down our flowers, let's get a pencil to point. These all just have one set of leaves, petals, one set of petals, sort of one set. Here we have some green, we have some, sorry, extra ones here, which I think we could do as leaves, and these we could do as leaves, and potentially these, maybe these and these. The only thing is that the only one near the top with the second set is this one. All the others would only have one be red, and most of the green would be at the bottom, and I don't know if it's a little bit unbalanced. So I'm thinking it might be better, instead of doing these as leaves, keep them red like petals, just do green, a bit of green in the background in between each one. I think that's what I'm going to do, and I will use this green, the opal green. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do it now. Well, I can do a little bit. It's quite difficult to identify the specific areas, but I think it's in here, like that. So in between, wherever there's a gap between the flowers, I will just block in some of this green. Okay, like that, and I will do it all over. It's probably easier to do once the petals are done, to sort of spot it. Now around the edge I'm not, so I would fill in that gap there but not do anything around here. You could do green over the whole thing, but it's not going to work with our greenhouses up here. So that is the that's the next step for that. Now the olive green I've used, I'm just trying to, I've got too many pencils and I'm getting myself confused. Right, houses, we have the green grass and the forest. The grass is the lighter one, I'm going to start with that. So basically I'm just going to colour the base of the house in this colour quite flat. Let's do a couple. And just colour it in. And just flat covering to start with, nice and easy. And there we go. Now that is a bit of that house, but I'm not going to do it for now. I'm just going to concentrate on these two. And then with the forest, which I'm just going to sharpen, I'm going to add some of the, a little bit of shade, I suppose, forest. And this is from the Cobra set. So down here, there'd be a bit of shadow between the two houses. And I think we can do this little platform in the darker green as well, like that. And then maybe under the windows and under the roof. Really quite simple. You could just block it in if you didn't want to really add too much shading. You can put a bit at the bottom as well where the flowers are overlapping. There we go. Now I'm going to go back over with the, just making sure I'm using the right colour, with the green grass, just to tidy it up at the end. We go, and oh, it's not very tidy, is it? There's a bit missing there. When I move, the light stopped shining off the page and I could see better. There we go. I'll do it more neatly when I'm doing it on my own rather than on video. I can see I've missed a bit there as well, haven't I? Now for the windows, I just want a really, really bright, shiny yellow. I could use this sort of mustard colour. Let's do some swatching again. This is the mustard, or the nugget, which is still not quite as vibrant as I would like. We've got the banana, which I think is probably what I'm looking for. I'm just going to try this last one, which is the egg yolk. I think that's a bit too flat. This one looks more vibrant. That's what I'm looking for. So let's pop those away so I don't get myself in a muddle. So this is the banana from the spider set, and we do the windows and they look really bright and shiny. Just block them in, all of them. I won't do all of them now, and that also sort of works together with this, you know. Then the roofs. I think black is going to be the best for the roofs. I think it'll just set it off. I'm going to use the black widow, which is the black. But I shall be careful with it, so I shall not just block it in necessarily, but try and make it a little bit darker nearer the other house. And then, you know, maybe lighten it towards the top of the roof on that sort of style, that sort of thing. I think it finishes it off nicely. Try and get a bit more colour down there. Right, so I'm going to finish a flower for you, just so you can see what it looks like before I disappear off. I think it might be good. So I'm going to go back to my deep red. I'm going to do this little one here rather than this huge one here. So around the edge, and then a bit lighter towards the middle on all of them. Now I'm just looking at the houses who've got chimneys. I do the chimneys in green. Probably we'll do this bit in the lighter green and that bit in the darker green. I think it's very difficult to tell whether this is going to work until the whole page is done. So I think you're going to have to be patient. Just wait till the end of the video. You would have seen the finished picture anyway, because it'll be on the thumbnail. Unlike me, I've got no idea. And here is the ladybug to finish it off. So I don't want any white in the middle of my flowers, but I want the centre to be lighter if possible. I'm struggling to see. But that's the sort of thing, okay? And you might want to put a bit more red in the middle or a bit more green showing, you know, you can fiddle around with that. It's much better to have the flower done first. I think this needs a little bit more red, sort of around the edge there like that. But, you know, maybe I'm just being a bit ultra fussy. But that, I think it looks better rather than being really light. But until it's all done, it's really hard to see what it actually needs. Now this one, I know it's got these dots and I haven't put anything on them. I haven't really decided. I think I might just leave them, completely leave them. Now this one has got little bits here as if that might be background showing between the petals. It's up to you. You could do them really dark, like they're a petal behind, or you could do them as the background. I think I'll probably be tempted to do them dark because I think it might look a bit weird if it's green. I don't know, it's just my thinking anyway. Right, I'm going to go away and finish that page. I think I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be fun, and I think it's going to be quite striking when it's done. Whether that's going to be a good or a bad thing, we'll find out, won't we? But that is me for now. So I'm going to say thank you for watching. The picture will come up at the end. It will be on for 25 seconds. So press pause if you want to sort of study it and sort of think about it. If anything crops up that I think you need to know, I will let you know somehow. edit it in or something, but I think it's all quite straightforward. Okay, so thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day and happy colouring.